Dante's Inferno is the first part of Italian author and soy boy Dante Alighieri's renowned Divine Comedy. It's one of the most influential stories / fanfictions of all time, forever shifting the public's perception of hell and ensnaring curious souls within a whirlwind of symbolic punishment and religious intrigue. Ultrakill is a really fun and cool game about killing demons and robots and stuff. So what does the most popular religious exploration of all time and a wacky retro FPS have in common?
Layers!
Both Inferno and Ultrakill take place in a similar version of hell, one that, much like the onion of a kinder past, has layers. You all already know the Dante layers of hell, but Ultrakill takes some interesting liberties in their depictions. So far in Ultrakill, we got, from top to bottom, limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, wrath instead of anger, and heresy, as well as a prelude in the mechanical mouth of hell. All of these layers are super well done, and while I was getting my balls gobbled by Sisyphus Prime, I started to think about which ones I liked the most, and if I had to layer them like a cake of sorts, perchance, which one I put on top. I'll be evaluating each layer of Ultrakill from worst to best from a game design and aesthetic standpoint, and honestly that's pretty much it. For Gluttony and Heresy, I will be including their respective Prime Sanctums, since otherwise they're really short. Allow me to be your mechanical Virgil and guide you through the layers of Ultrakill, ranked. Coming in last, as some of you might have expected, is the Prelude. I feel really conflicted on the Prelude. On the one hand, I have a oh my god. On the one hand, I have a lot of respect for these levels, as they were the testing grounds for early development concepts and clearly do a good job teaching the player without too many hints. But that's about where my compliments end. To a seasoned god gamer like me, these levels are boring. I mean, obviously, I paused my sex to be here, dude, entertain me. But as a tutorial, that's kind of the whole point. My biggest problem with the Prelude in reality is that it's just uninteresting from an aesthetic standpoint. Prelude is the longest layer level-wise, but I actually think that works against it because I got so goddamn sick of these IKEA back-of-the-store ass rooms. The textures and lighting are well done enough, but the actual level layouts aren't that exciting either, with mostly just hallways and minimally filled arenas. Cerberus is a cool fight though. Overall, I respect Prelude, real recognize real, but it's boring from a design and aesthetic standpoint, really from no fault of its own, it's just a tutorial. Hot take alert, he didn't do a damn thing. Other hot take alert, I'm not a huge fan of Lust. At this early point in the list, it becomes really hard to rank these because there are no bad levels in Ultrakill, except sheer heart attack. I do not like this level at all. The pacing has always felt really off to me, and enemy placements seem entirely random in a game which consistently has great enemy synergy in its arenas. Another problem I have with the layer is the world layout, if that makes any sense. The sections of Lust we see feel really disconnected from the greater city of Lust, which could have been a really cool setting if we ever got to truly see it. There are hints of the infrastructure King Minos built, with these fans and towns and stuff, but not enough to give me the full picture that I want. Everything else is pretty good though, not the best in the game, but good. It has fire music, an awesome synthwave sex hotel aesthetic, and a solid boss fight with Minos' big corpse. Lust is Ultrakill's biggest example of missed potential to me, and I just really fucking can't get over sheer heart attack, it's the worst.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the?
I hate to do this to my boy Limbo, but I really couldn't see who else would take this spot. Limbo is when I really started to fall in love with Ultrakill, and the setting is absolutely genius. The concept of Limbo being this goofy projector waiting room for hell is endlessly entertaining to me. Beyond just the setting though, Limbo, being an early layer, has similar problems to the Prelude, and that it's just not super fun to play through on repeat or on P-ranks, and clearly Hikita is still getting a handle on the game's pacing. 1-2 feels a little weird and 1-4 is hilariously short. Again, this isn't a problem for new players, but this is my pro gaming channel, so On a side note, V1 is one of only 2 bosses to ever bring me to tears, the other one being Pontiff Sullivan from Dark Souls 3. I kept losing and dying over and over and over again. Limbo is when shit gets real but lacks any real significance outside of a cool setting, music, and enemy introductions, which I guess is actually a lot. I told you, ranking these is fucking hard. It was really close between 3rd and 4th place, but falling just below the podium, I have Gluttony. The enemy gauntlet in the crescendo is a little underwhelming, especially compared to a later entry on the list, which does it a lot better. And that sucks, because it's the biggest part of the layer. That being said though, the setting is really creative, with the whole layer taking place inside King Minos' huge corpse, which was definitely not in Dante's playbook. Here, Hikita really starts to understand how to pace bigger levels, placing more emphasis on isolated murder arenas connected with interesting platforming/combat challenges, instead of thinly or lightly butter spread enemy placement across the whole level. This layer also features my favorite boss in the game, Penis Prime. He's the most fun, smooth, and consistently hard but fair fight in the whole game, and his lore as this orderly peacekeeper is sweet. Minos and his story is really why Gluttony is as high as it is, especially since the first game fight is kinda just okay. It's definitely the most different interpretation compared to Dante's Inferno, but still does it justice while adding a lot of its own really cool and fleshy, wet ideas, aesthetically and practically. Very good. If I was going to describe Wrath in one word, it would be cool. There's a sense of chill pervasive in this bento box of aquatic assortments, and all the levels are a joy to play through over and over. Wrath also adds a lot of cool shit to the Ultrakill formula, from underwater sections to the rocket launcher, and smaller stuff like sentries and idols. These all serve their purpose and add another layer of depth to the Ultrakilling experience, which makes me crack a wise old grin. The River Styx overflowing is another great setting, although Wrath lacks the significant set pieces that set our top two layers apart. Yeah, there is that boat, but I don't know, it's kind of mid. In my opinion, Wrath is some of the most replayable levels in the game, with 5-1 being a personal favorite of mine. Honestly, Wrath is only really in third by the nature of just how good the top two spots are, and Dante would still be very proud regardless. Greed. Greed to me is the quintessential ultra-killing experience. Every level is perfectly paced, and P-ranking them is an absolute joy. 4-2 is my second favorite level in the entire game, with enemy placements slowly building up to a dual-wield brawl and a consistently challenging boss fight. P-ranking this level is fucked up, for lack of a better term, and as a result, I was pushed to learn a lot of the movement tech and got a lot better spinning the block trying to P-rank it. The pyramid is my favorite Shut the fuck up! The pyramid is my favorite set piece in the entire game, an imposing monument to man's ambition and greed, and provides the stage for a great boss fight. I also love dipping my balls in the sand, for it is warm and soothing. My only complaint is that the soundtrack is kinda forgettable, and 4-3 is kinda forgettable too. Not bad, but I don't like it all that much, and frankly I don't really remember that many details about it. Dante would totally enjoy the punishment of dragging a boulder up a pyramid forever, and it's a super clever adoption of a different mythology's punishment into the greed layer. Personally, I think it's a far better and more fitting punishment for greediness and malicious ambition than a bunch of dudes just beating the fuck out of each other in a desert. Greed good. Greed very good. Ow. Ooh. I love Heresy. It may have one of the less creative settings so far, but I'm a gameplay first type of guy. And let me tell you, 6-1 and P2 are the best single-player shooter levels I've ever played, minus Titanfall 2. Every enemy is placed so meticulously, every arena designed so intentionally, to push the player forward and make them juggle everything they've learned until that point, and it's incredible. The music makes me piss my britches a little. I'm not saying that. The music makes me very happy, with constant motifs throughout the game present in Sisyphus' theme and the 6-1 music, which honestly just speaks to how big and good of a climax this is. Speaking of Sisyphus, this layer also introduces my second and third favorite fights in the game. Both of these lads are fast-paced yet methodical death matches that motivate you through sheer hatred for this fictional clump of pixels. The music, the level design, the bosses, this is peak ultra-killing, and goddamn, is it good.
We will meet again, machine.
I hope you enjoyed our journey through the murky depths of the underworld. If you disagree with my ranking, comment below and I'll find you and hurt you and people you know. I plan on doing a full Ultrakill review eventually, but I'll probably wait until Act 3 is out. You can't review a Lincoln Log house until all the Lincoln Logs have been stacked. Real shit. Bye for now, thanks for watching, subscribe, and stay tuned, dipshits. This is the summer of Nameby Sam. We got so much stuff coming.